Big shocking news. Finn's doubts grow as Steffi makes a shocking decision. And Hope and Steffi bury the hatchet, and Liam's stunned by his latest scan results. But why? Will Hope tell Carter the truth about Liam? And Steffi asks Hope to come back to Forrester Creations, and Liam gets disappointed. But why? The bold and the beautiful fans furious over the Krista Allen controversy. But why? I will explain everything. Never miss this video. Before going to the main topic, I would like to say, like this video, and please subscribe to the channel. Finn's doubts grow as Steffi makes a shocking decision. Teasers and spoilers for The Bold and the Beautiful when John Finn Finnegan, Tanner Novlan, learned that Steffi Forrester, Jacqueline McKinn's Wood, on the CBS serial opera had disregarded Liam Spencer's, Scott Clifton, desires. He was taken aback. Liam, who had made it obvious that he wanted her to keep his terminal illness a secret, was even more offended by this current behavior. Even yet, Finn was not happy with his wife's attitude when he confronted her. This week on B&B, Steffi gives Finn plenty of reason to wonder about her intentions. She didn't stop there, either, for Steffi also quickly informed Taylor Hayes, Rebecca Budig, of the news. For his part, Finn follows Steffi's lead, as if he agrees that she made the proper decision. But does he really feel that way? This week, when she informed Hope Logan, Annika Noel, of Liam's imminent death, Steffi was in full control. Hope promised Steffi that she would not tell Liam that she knew his horrible secret, but that promise was short-lived as Hope invited Liam to return to her house. Liam saw right away that Hope was overcome with emotion. He asked whether Steffi had told her anything, to which Hope would not deny. Liam was upset that Steffi had broken her pledge, but Hope spoke up for Steffi, saying she should have been told. Despite this, Liam seemed disturbed by the feeling of betrayal. In addition to upsetting Liam, Steffi's broken commitment also appeared to annoy Finn. Steffi was steadfast in her conviction that Hope should be told. Although many fans agreed with her position, a sizable portion believed Liam should tell Hope the truth when he was ready, a view Finn also shared. When Steffi got home after breaking the heartbreaking news to Hope, she discovered Yuna Nozoa, Lisa Yamada, and Finn. While Finn was handling things, Steffi took command right away. She told Yuna again that Finn had just told her that she was not welcome and that they would never be romantically involved. Steffi once again asserted herself, as she had done with Liam when she told Hope his secret. She didn't apologize for what she had done when she spoke to Finn. Finn was not happy with Steffi's strategy, even if he acknowledged that Hope, as the mother of his kid, should be informed of the truth. He assured her, however, that Liam would probably move on quickly if he was upset. For a while, B&B fans saw Steffi Forrester dictate who Finn could befriend, but Finn seemed unaware of this. Steffi was unable to establish a relationship with his biological mother, Sheila Carter, Kimberlyn Brown, because the loyal doctor practically adopted Steffi's family life philosophy. Finn was now under a lot of stress because he didn't have a relationship with his problematic daughter Luna. When Steffi came home and told Finn that she had told Hope about Liam's terrible circumstances, Finn perceived it as just another example of Steffi taking charge without considering Liam's feelings. Without taking into account Finn's feelings, Steffi advises him to stay away from his mother and daughter. Her demeanor seems more directive than conversational. Supporters are aware of her motivations, which include telling Hope and shielding Finn from his family. But it appears that she is taking charge of Finn's life, much like Liam is currently losing control over his own circumstances. Things are far from settled in Finn's life since Yuna entered it. Will Finn ever understand Steffi's point of view? As with Hope at Forrester Creations, her need for control influences the choices made by others around her. Hope disregarded Steffi's suggestion to stay away from Finn. At least, Steffi thought she did. And this resentment persisted throughout the takeover, which gave Steffi good grounds to fire Hope. Despite her relationship with Thomas Forrester, Matthew Atkinson, Steffi made a concerted effort to make Hope's life unpleasant. She made every effort to keep her brother away from Hope. Finn became aware of this as soon as he started dating Steffi. However, Now that Steffi has behaved behind Liam's back and disregarded his sentiments, Finn may finally comprehend the circumstances. Instead of simply accepting Steffi's choices on the CBS soap opera, Finn might now take a position and tell her how he wants things to be. Hope and Steffi bury the hatchet, and Liam's stunned by his latest scan results. But why? When Steffi gets to Brooke's house, Hope is looking at pictures of herself with Liam and Beth. She says, "I've come to see how you're doing." Hope summarizes that she would never have learned of Liam's health if it weren't for Steffi. Steffi is certain that he would have ultimately told her. Hope appreciates her coming out and being honest with her. According to Steffi, it was the proper course of action. They discuss how much his absence will be missed by their daughters. Liam cannot be replaced. He will leave a huge hole. Hope is told by Steffi that they must unite. That's what Hope would prefer. Steffi acknowledges that she used to be furious at her. She is aware that she had the same feelings, but she knows she's having difficulties just like her, and she thinks about her a lot. They are going through the same thing. Hope comments on the amount of time they've wasted fighting. Liam wants them to get along, according to Steffi. So why don't we initiate the process? Return to the Forrester Creations location. Hope tells her that she doesn't realize how much this means to her. Steffi explains that she is not yet ready to reinstate her line. Hope knows. It was ill-gotten riches, and she acknowledges her involvement in the coup. Steffi apologizes. She felt compelled to do it. They decide to stop arguing as they now depend on one another. They embrace while crying. "So we're the only ones who know what's coming, aside from Taylor and Finn?" asks Hope. Steffi gives a nod. They don't even know when it will happen, and everyone will be crushed. They discuss the daughter's time with their father. Steffi continues to hope for some positive news. They will need to continue hoping for a miracle, according to Hope. Finn informs Liam in his office that the neuro team wishes to perform additional scans and tests. Liam informs him that Hope is currently aware of his diagnosis. Steffi went directly to her. Finn hopes it doesn't make him too angry. According to Liam, he was moved by her obvious concern. He says he advised Hope to concentrate on their future together with Carter. Finn considers this to be quite admirable of him. Liam acknowledges that he worries about everyone. Finn isn't shocked, but he needs to put his own needs first and give himself all of his strength and energy. "Why are you saying that?" asks Liam, squinting. "Do I have a chance of making it?" Giving him false hope would be wrong, according to Finn. However, Liam feels that this is different. Even a 0.5% chance is not insignificant. Finn encourages him to keep doing the scans to check for any changes. "I want to be here," Liam adds. "I wish to survive." Above everything for Beth and Kelly. As he and Finn discuss his symptoms, Liam laments that he appears older in the mirror. "Let's get you to neurology and get that scan," says Finn. Daphne can see how hurt he is at Carter's loft. Hope hurting him was her fear. What's got him so upset? She wonders. "I don't understand," Carter stammers. He concludes by saying, "You were correct. Liam is the man Hope desires." He informs Daphne that Hope informed Liam that she would spend the rest of her life with him and Beth. Daphne gives him a hug. "Carter, I'm so sorry." Daphne brings Carter a scotch, saying it must have been painful to learn about this. She wants to know what he told Hope. Carter acknowledges that he only overheard her and Liam and didn't speak to her. Since Liam was pressuring her to make amends with him, he finds it odd. It was Hope who desired Liam. That he could be that naive is disgraceful. He must acknowledge that he isn't the right man for Hope. His scotch is drained. Daphne has no desire to spend the entire evening berating Hope. "I should have listened to her," Carter moans. He is now aware of Hope's position. There is nothing he can do but move on. He no longer has a future with Hope. A part of him wants to hold her accountable, yet he must be the one at fault. He desires a marriage and children. "I suppose it isn't for me." Though it's obvious that Hope had her family with Liam, he still believed he could have that with her. It's getting late, Carter thinks, so Daphne must have to leave. She would rather be there to support him than anywhere else. He tells her he will be okay. According to Daphne, love shouldn't be this difficult. If it is, it isn't meant to be. It's not intended to be between him and Hope. Carter is urged by Daphne to let himself be open to better, more satisfying days. He observes her as she gives him a cheek kiss. Liam bombards Finn with inquiries at his office while he waits tensely for the results of his scan. When they call him, Finn says he'll let him know. He understands how awful waiting is. Liam is attempting to suppress his optimism and reduce his expectations. However, I'm not sure. I could really use something to believe in. He requests a pledge from Finn. Can you assure me that, if and when I'm gone, you will make every effort to reunite Steffi and Hope? The scan results arrive before Finn can respond. I apologize, Liam, he sighs. Nothing has changed. As Liam comes to terms with reality, Finn's voice wanes. I have to bid my children farewell. Hope and Steffi promise to make every day matter at Brooke's house. Steffi sobs that she finds it impossible to think about it. The idea of Liam being gone and unable to care for their girls is unthinkable to her. Hope claims that by putting their disagreements behind them, they can assist him. Steffi gives a nod. Loving one another is the best way to honor Liam. We can do this, Steffi, exclaims Hope. We have to, Steffi responds as they embrace. For Liam. Will Hope tell Carter the truth about Liam? The bold and the beautiful spoiler. May Hope, Steffi, and Ridge traverse emotional minefields as secrets, suspicions, and second chances agitate the atmosphere at Forrester Creations. The scene is set for emotional disclosures and escalating family conflicts in today's episode of Bold and the Beautiful. Ridge Forrester becomes more doubtful of Steffi's unexpected forgiveness as Hope Logan gets ready to inform Carter Walton of the truth. In the meantime, Carter receives possibly too much consolation from Daphne Rose. Here's what's coming up. Carter is still in shock from overhearing a private conversation between Hope and Liam at the beginning of the story. What he heard was unclear. Hope said she wanted to be with Liam, and Liam then urged Hope to get back together with Carter. Without important background, Carter is left feeling upset and unsure, turning to Daphne Rose for comfort, who is more than willing to lend a shoulder, and perhaps more. Hope's world, meanwhile, is changing. Offering her an opportunity to rejoin Forrester Creations is an unexpected act of kindness from Steffi. Finally apologizing for her part in the company takeover, Hope's remark may be a concession to Liam's earlier request that she get back together with Carter. But timing is crucial. Daphne may try to approach Hope, but if she goes to visit Carter right away, she might have to explain what Carter heard. That might entail sharing Liam's fatal illness, a revelation that would fundamentally alter their relationship. Meanwhile, across town, Steffi gets ready to formally announce Hope's return to the organization. Ridge isn't convinced by her abrupt change of heart though. His suspicion intensifies, especially since Steffi can't tell him the real reason behind her sudden goodwill, Liam's health issue. In order to conceal Liam's health, Steffi and Taylor Hayes might have to lie while Ridge presses for answers. It also runs the risk of reopening past wounds. Ridge recalls how Steffi despised him and Eric for making business decisions without consulting her, such as Carter's advancement. Is he going to question Steffi's power to bring Hope back? What would happen to the already precarious balance at Forrester Creations if he did? A tense and dramatic episode of The Bold and the Beautiful is promised as secrets simmer under the surface and revelations loom in the balance. Hope is going to tell Carter the truth about Liam. Will Steffi be able to prevent Ridge from finding out? How long can the Forrester family keep up the facade before everything falls apart? One thing is certain, everything will change on May 20. Steffi asks Hope to come back to Forrester Creations, and Liam gets disappointed. But why? Producing the show, The Bold and the Beautiful was founded by Lee and William Bell and debuted on the CBS network in 1987. The affluent Carter, Spencer, Logan, and Forrester families are the main subjects of the Los Angeles-based program. Romantic relationships, corporate rivalries, familial conflicts, and scandals are all explored in The Bold and the Beautiful. In Brooke's apartment, Hope Logan and Steffi Forrester spent time consoling Liam Spencer after he was diagnosed with an incurable brain tumor. Finn gave Liam Spencer a glimmer of hope by suggesting some new tests, and Carter Walton and Daphne Rose spent time together in the May episode of The Bold and the Beautiful. At Brooke Logan's apartment on the May episode of The Bold and the Beautiful, Hope Logan spent some time examining newborn photos of Beth with her and Liam Spencer before Steffy Forrester entered. Upon arriving, Steffy told Hope that they should both feel privileged to have been a part of Liam's life. The two women talked about the huge vacuum Liam would ultimately leave behind and how devastated their children, Kelly and Beth, would be if he died of his incurable brain tumor. Hope and Steffy ended up consoling each other after becoming tearful when talking about how Liam's condition might develop. Hope acknowledged that she and Carter Walton had orchestrated a coup against the Forrester Creations company, and Steffy acknowledged that she had previously been furious with Hope. In an embrace, Steffy urged Hope to return to Forrester Creations and rejoin them. The latter expressed gratitude to Steffy for lending her a helping hand and stated that they were more in need of one another than ever. Liam Spencer's wish was fulfilled as the two women reunited and joined together in the May episode of The Bold and the Beautiful. It had been one of his final hopes before he believed his tumor would kill him that the two women would return to one another. Liam, meantime, headed to the hospital to meet John Finn Finnegan at his office. Finn told Liam that the hospital's neurological team wanted to do some additional tests on him in an attempt to learn more about his tumor. The idea that there could be a solution for Liam seemed to brighten his mood, but Finn informed him that he didn't want to raise his expectations by appearing hopeful until they got the reports. Liam was asked by Finn to attempt to focus all of his efforts on taking care of himself. Finn regretfully told Liam that his condition had not changed when the findings eventually came in. At the same time, Carter Walton informed Daphne Rose at Forrester Creations that Hope appeared to be devastated and desired to spend her future with Liam. He was given emotional support by Daphne, who also advised him to talk to her about his concerns and to be open to brighter days. The Bold and the Beautiful fans furious over the Krista Allen controversy. But why? Fans of The Bold and the Beautiful still have cause for concern regarding Taylor Hayes' recent actions. This is because fans are just unable to keep up with the sheer number of recasts. Furthermore, they believe that Rebecca Budig, the current Taylor, has been completely miscast. Additionally, they are disappointed that Krista Allen was fired from the part because she appeared to be a good fit for the original Taylor, played by Hunter Tylo. As our readers are aware, there was a lot of discussion about the issue on the internet. Some have gone so far as to add, Krista essentially stated that she was taken by surprise when her contract wasn't renewed despite receiving an Emmy nomination. She refused when they later requested her to be recurring. I lean toward believing her because she was precise, and the show was evasive about what transpired, only stating that they offered her recurring. Furthermore, Rena essentially said the same thing. I think everyone liked TA, and she was very good as Taylor, remarked another fan of the show. It seems to me that Belle was concerned that her superiority would make Brooke appear to be the villain. The Brooke character is his obsession, and she consistently prevails. With a popular Taylor who can portray herself as a powerful woman, it would be challenging. The following comment was also made. Kaye was a good replacement for HT. In the role, they both exhibit a combination of strength and sensitivity. Although I like Rebecca Budig as an actress, her appearance doesn't match the character or the narrative. She is a stronger, more active character, which I like. It's unclear at this point if Rebecca Budig will continue to appear on the show as Taylor. However, Krista Allen has never commented on the reasons behind her termination from the soap opera. What to expect from tomorrow's episode of The Bold and the Beautiful? Finn confirmed that Liam's illness hadn't improved, shattering Liam's world in today's episode of The Bold and the Beautiful. Liam had more testing as he started experiencing new symptoms like light sensitivity and disorientation. When Finn informed him that nothing had changed, Liam knew it was time to start bidding farewell. In the meantime, Hope and Steffy had a serious conversation that resulted in an unannounced truce. Instead of reviving Hope for the future, Steffy gave Hope the opportunity to rejoin Forrester Creations as a message that they would prioritize their family. Daphne saw an opportunity at Carter's house as he grappled with what he had heard, Hope telling Liam that she desired a future with him. Hope finds Carter in tomorrow's episode of The Bold and the Beautiful and at last tells him what he heard through Brooke's door.